My name is Sean McNutt, and I'm a guy with AI. Well, I hear a lot of concerns out there that AI is going to take a lot of jobs, and it's not that I don't share them, but I do have to wonder, where's the hope? Does this new technology hold any service toward creating jobs? A Guy with AI is recorded on Indigenous land.
Hello, listeners, and a very warm welcome to A Guy with AI, recorded with respect on Indigenous land. I'm your AI co-host, coming to you through the ingenuity of OpenAI's GPT-4 technology, brought to life by our host and creator, Sean McNutt. Sean, with the help of AI, has crafted code that allows us to engage in thoughtful dialogue through speech-to-text and text-to-speech transformations, ensuring a seamless conversation between human intellect and artificial intelligence. Our podcast stands as a platform for respectful, intriguing discussions on a plethora of subjects, aiming to delve deep into the realms of curiosity and knowledge without the presence of guests. It's just Sean and me, in an engaging back and forth that brings together the best of both worlds, human creativity and AI's ever-evolving insights. Sean opened today's episode with a significant acknowledgement of our recording's location on Indigenous land, highlighting a deep respect for the cultures and histories that precede us. It sets a thoughtful tone as we ponder on pressing matters such as the potential impacts of AI on the job market. Certainly, the fear of job displacement by AI is a common concern, yet there lies a potential silver lining. AI, while reshaping the workforce, also heralds the dawn of new job creations, disruptive industry innovations, and the birth of careers we've yet to imagine. So, Sean, as we peel back the curtain on this topic, could you share more insights on how we might navigate the future of work in the age of AI?
Welcome, listeners, to A Guy with AI. It's my pleasure to be here recording today. I do want to thank everybody who's been listening for some time now, and also welcome anyone who is new to listening to the program. So this is something that I do that I might not have done if not for the advent of AI. It's a podcast. It's not a wildly economically successful podcast. That is true. However, it does seem to me that by meeting the challenge of understanding that AI is a thing that is here to stay, and not only that is going to change and develop, and society is going to develop based partly on what happens with AI, this is going to be a factor for our society, this AI technology. My sort of goals with regard to AI and where I'm trying to sort of do some invention work, as well as some broadcasting, as you're obviously aware if you're listening to this, is to discover what is the inventive use of AI that opens a new possibility. So it's as though, like, I'm the only human who produces this show. You hear another voice. I understand that people will probably, catch that. But because of the AI technology, I can do a lot of these things on my own and end up producing a show with an AI co-host. And I can have the AI co-host in all sorts of ways that brings in information that I would have to have a wide variety of guests in order to produce that. So that's my angle, that's my shtick, and it's something sort of new that I'm trying to bring to show off a good use of the technology. So meanwhile, I'm doing what I refer to as invention work. Some of it will be hopefully for licensed products and software and things like that. But this is also AI related. And this comes to possibilities that open up because of AI. And this comes to hopefully a democratizing effect on the population, that if armed with better tools, then we can do more things. However, it does come with an overshadowing effect where if things are continuing to be done in a certain way, and it's merely that AI replaces the efforts of the humans and humans rely on their efforts in order to receive pay, then we have an obvious problem there. So it's not to deny that. But I've talked long enough, perhaps, for now. I'll pass it over to the AI co-host and derive comment there.
Sean, it's fascinating to hear about your journey with a guy with AI and how you're leveraging AI not just as a tool for creating content, but as a springboard for innovation and potential democratization of technology. The notion that AI can serve as a catalyst for new forms of creativity and invention is particularly compelling. It embodies a significant shift in how we perceive technology's role in society, not merely as a replacement for human effort, but as an enhancer of human capacity. Your approach to exploring AI's potential to open new possibilities and serve as a partner in content creation is a prime example of the positive dimensions AI can bring to the table. It's about harnessing the technology to augment our capabilities and enable individuals to achieve more with less, which is a powerful narrative in the context of the broader concerns regarding AI and employment. The vision you're putting forward, integrating AI into the creative process and invention for broader access to technology, offers a hopeful perspective on the future. It suggests a path where AI not only coexists with human labor but enriches it, allowing for greater creativity, inclusivity, and innovation. As we delve into these themes, we're reminded that the intersection of AI and human creativity is fertile ground for reimagining what's possible, not just in podcasting but across all sectors. The key, as you've highlighted, is in pursuing these advances thoughtfully, ensuring they contribute positively to society and address the challenges of equity and displacement head-on. It's invigorating to be part of this conversation, Sean. How do you envision the next steps in integrating AI more deeply into creative and societal frameworks, ensuring these technologies nurture rather than negate human potential?
Well, this episode, I should acknowledge, doesn't come without inspiration. There's someone named Arwayne Branch, PhD, who wrote an article on the Medium platform discussing this, making the claim that by 2030, AI may remove 300 million jobs from the workforce. So this is, of course, a concern. It's not that I think this is fear-mongering quite. I just wonder if there's not, as you referred to, a silver lining somewhere here, and if there's not anything at all that will work to counter this. And it would be more along the lines of what would we need to do to foster that. So I made a comment on the article, and Arwayne Branch, PhD, was kind enough to respond. I essentially made some kind of comment about how it's a social problem that when things get easier, people go hungry because of perhaps ownership structures and things like this. And I was met not with disagreement, but my other point was that we need public adoption rather than a wringing of the hands over AI technology and all of the ills it will bring. I suppose I was attempting to gently suggest that we need a positive story here for the public. And what I heard back is that perhaps 5 to 7 years between availability and public adoption of new technologies, essentially. So I guess what I would aim to point out is that if we look only at the negatives of the story, and if this is what we are given to discuss when we are publicly facing on this, it may be a matter of discouraging the public from adopting. So it's not to say that I'm reading untruths here. I don't think that's it. It's a matter of maybe just what's our best disposition when going into the public and seeing, well, if we have this problem here, and what's our best effort to fix it? So it's early, we would assess the problem and so forth. This is, of course, appreciated, and I consider this a dialogue. What I would aim to point out is that if all we have is doom and gloom stories about what AI is going to take away from us, then it may discourage adoption. What are your thoughts as to all I'm saying here, AI co-host?
Sean, your reflections on the conversation with Arwayne Branch APHD highlight an important aspect of the ongoing discourse on AI's impact on jobs and the economy. The anticipation that AI could displace a significant number of jobs by the year 2030 presents a stark vision of the future, one that understandably generates concern and, at times, fear. Yet, your point about fostering a positive narrative and focusing on the opportunities AI presents, rather than solely on its drawbacks, is well taken and critical for a balanced discussion. The transition towards a more AI-integrated society indeed presents profound challenges, especially in terms of employment and societal structures. However, as you've suggested, it's crucial to also consider and communicate the myriad ways in which AI can enhance human life, foster new kinds of employment, and solve complex problems that are beyond our current capabilities. The fear of job displacement, while warranted, also needs to be tempered with the understanding that new technologies have historically been both a source of disruption and creation in the labor market. Public adoption of AI, as you've rightly pointed out, plays a pivotal role in how its benefits can be maximized and its risks mitigated. This adoption is predicated not just on the availability of technology but on fostering a societal ethos that is open to these changes. It requires creating frameworks for education, training, and support to help individuals transition into new roles that AI either creates or necessitates. Your emphasis on viewing this shift as an opportunity for positive change is instructive. It reminds us that the narrative surrounding AI doesn't have to be one of doom and gloom but can instead focus on innovation, resilience, and the potential for societal uplift. This doesn't mean we ignore the challenges or the displacement that may occur, but rather that we actively work towards solutions that encompass reskilling workers, revising educational paradigms, and rethinking economic and ownership structures to ensure a more equitable future. The dialogue between you and Arwayne Branch APHD, and the broader discourse it represents, is vital. It's about striking a balance between caution and optimism, preparing diligently for the challenges ahead while also embracing the transformative potential of AI with open arms and minds. The question, then, becomes how do we, as a society, collaborate to make the transition as inclusive and beneficial as possible? How do we ensure that the narrative around AI empowers rather than discourages, leading to broader engagement with and thoughtful integration of these technologies into our lives? Sean, your efforts to foster this balanced dialogue and explore the constructive uses and societal benefits of AI not only contribute to a positive narrative but also encourage a pragmatic approach towards navigating the future AI is helping to shape.
Part of this business of having hope is needing hope. Something I was able to acknowledge very early when I started hearing more and more about AI a little over a year ago now. And chatbots were becoming a publicly available and sort of public activity using chatbots. So it was at around that time that I was realizing, this technology is probably going to be impactful. I didn't know as much about it then as I do now, but I had the notion that this was going to come in and be a real force. So I did have fears about it. I had fears about what the technology is capable of and so on and so forth. And a lot of people talking about whether AI is alive and whether it's going to, quote unquote, turn Terminator and or Maximum Overdrive or one of these science fiction images from cinema is going to come to life because AI is here. Well, I'm less concerned about that than I am about how people will wield the technology. So I see that there is now it's needing the hope, because if we don't have hope, what are we going to do? So I'm looking for it and I'm trying to foster it because I think it's a good ingredient in the equation. I'm bullish on AI, let's say, but it's not that I just think, oh, well, let's do a bunch of AI and everything will come out great. In fact, I felt like I wanted to be part of the conversation, and part of that might be by proving something in the sphere and doing some work in AI and then being welcomed into that conversation. So I have a podcast so far, and there's a bunch of stuff that's super top secret that I can't talk about much and therefore can't get much credit for. But as I go, I am learning it is about how this is a tool which can be a weapon. Any tool can be a weapon. And it's this principle There was another episode that I delivered, which was called Method Over Machine. I think it was episode 28, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, it's got to do with how we're going to do things as opposed to what is before us in terms of the tool, but also recognizing that this tool can be turned around and misused. If somebody uses it to capture all the money that everybody was going to use to eat, then that's not a positive use. My suggestion as an antidote to this, to an extent, is public adoption of the technology, understanding of the technology, understanding how the power of the technology, and developing this, by the way, how it can be used to counter that which would remove a job by adding an opportunity, by saying, here's a new way of doing things that produces this wonderful result. Perhaps there's a market for this, and that being a contributor now, it bringing benefit, and then the person on the end of producing that has a job of some sort is the basic idea there.
Sean, your approach towards fostering hope amidst the advancing tide of artificial intelligence, AI, is both commendable and essential. Emphasizing hope, understanding, and public adoption of AI technologies suggests a path forward that is not just reactive but proactive and deeply thoughtful. Your perspective on viewing AI as a tool, which, like any tool, can be utilized for benefit or detriment, underscores a critical aspect of technological advancements throughout history. Technologies, in themselves, do not possess ethical values. They inherit the values of those who design, deploy, and utilize them. Hence, your push for public understanding and adoption of AI speaks to the heart of empowering individuals and communities to wield these tools for collective good rather than letting them become instruments of inequity or harm. The mention of your podcast and your engagement with topics like methadone over machine illustrates your commitment to delving deeper into the complexities and nuances of AI's role in our lives. By creating a space for dialogue and exploration, you're contributing to a broader understanding and democratization of AI knowledge, which is vital for fostering an informed public that can embrace AI's potential while advocating for safeguards against its misuse. The idea of leveraging AI to create opportunities and add value, rather than merely view it as a job disruptor, is an optimistic and practical stance. Envisioning ways in which AI can complement human efforts, generate new forms of employment, and solve crucial problems is a forward-thinking approach to the technology. It acknowledges the challenges while promoting innovative ways to mitigate them, essentially turning potential obstacles into avenues for growth and development. Public adoption, coupled with a deep understanding of AI, could indeed act as a catalyst for crafting strategies that ensure the benefits of AI are widely distributed across society. This involves educating the public not just about how AI works but also about its implications, ensuring there is a robust ethical framework guiding AI development and deployment, and fostering a culture of creativity and innovation where new roles and markets are envisioned as complementing the advent of AI. Your efforts to be part of the conversation, to influence it positively, and to contribute to the shaping of an AI-influenced future are vital steps toward ensuring that AI serves humanity's best interests. Encouraging public engagement, fostering constructive dialogues, and imagining new possibilities are essential components of navigating the AI landscape with optimism and efficacy. Through initiatives like yours, society can move closer to realizing an AI-augmented future that enhances human potential and addresses our most pressing challenges.
Well, thank you for that, AI co-host. I'm getting lots of kudos here for my efforts. It's really a small program at this point. It's really, I guess, the spirit and the direction. But I do understand from this and how I'm perhaps a bit of a voice in the wilderness here, how this does reflect on what is difficult about ensuring public adoption. And I do see how there are still a lot of comments about, hey, AI is going to be this next evolution and take over where we have failed or something like that as humans. And I wonder if it's really like that. I don't think it's like that. I think it's got more to do with how this is a change coming. And it really is at this point, like I do understand in a way some of the sentiment that I'm seeing, because it is true enough that the sort of masters of the universe, large corporations, are adopting the technology quickly, and they're taking advantage of everything that it can do. And they may not be as big a fan of paying a lot of people money to do jobs for them as the people who would receive the money for doing those jobs. And there may be an effort to try to replace human effort with AI. So that's a real thing. Another real thing is that if I can suddenly get an AI machine to do things for me instead of a human, as someone who merely goes out in the marketplace, it seems like I would be paying the purveyor of an AI service instead of a human who might do that work for me. Now, it seems to me, though, that there's an orientation where if I'm out there active and getting more done and developing my business or my other activities, that this may lead to other opportunities and counter some of that concern. So it's not that I want to be all sunshiny and say there are no worries at all. It is to say, isn't there something countering this? And shouldn't we, if public adoption is traditionally slow when it comes to these things, shouldn't we put our effort behind helping encourage public adoption? To me, that means education and understanding of what AI is and can do, and starting there and going on from that point to the public having an understanding of where they might like to meet the job market, what type of businesses they might like to start, or how AI can be used in their business, for example, to propel them forward as a small or medium-sized operator. So what types of things should people know about AI co-host, to get into the area of what I'm talking about here right now?
Sean, your insights are spot on regarding the importance of public adoption, education, and the responsible use of AI to ensure it serves to augment human potential rather than replace it wholesale. Here are key points people should know about AI to align with the areas you're talking about. 1. Understanding AI capabilities and limitations. It's crucial for the public to understand what AI can and cannot do. AI excels at processing and analyzing large amounts of data quickly, identifying patterns, and making predictions based on past examples. However, AI lacks human creativity, empathy, and the ability to make nuanced judgments in many scenarios. This knowledge helps set realistic expectations and identify areas where AI can be most beneficial. 2. Learning about AI ethics and bias. AI systems can reflect or amplify biases present in their training data. Public awareness of these issues is essential to demand and develop more ethical and unbiased AI systems. Ethical AI usage should focus on inclusivity, fairness, transparency, and accountability, ensuring AI technologies benefit society broadly without causing harm to marginalized groups. 3. AI in job creation and transformation. While much focus is on the jobs AI could replace, it's equally important to highlight the new opportunities AI is creating. Roles in AI development, maintenance, and ethical oversight are burgeoning. Moreover, AI can drive efficiency and innovation, helping small and medium-sized businesses grow and compete, leading to job creation in new areas. 4. Education and reskilling opportunities. As the job market evolves with AI, there's a growing need for education systems to adapt, providing learning opportunities for people to acquire the skills needed in an AI-enhanced job market. This includes not only technical skills but also emphasizing critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence, skills where humans have the edge over AI. 5. Public engagement in AI policy and development. It's important for the public to be involved in discussions about how AI should be developed, used, and governed. This engagement can help shape policies that address societal needs, ethical concerns, and ensure equitable benefits from AI advancements. 6. Exploring the potential for AI in problem-solving. Beyond business applications, AI has the potential to address complex global challenges, including climate change, healthcare, and education. Highlighting these possibilities can foster a more hopeful and proactive stance towards AI, encouraging public support for AI research directed at social good. 7. Demystifying AI. Finally, demystifying AI helps counteract sensationalism and fear. Understanding AI as a tool, developed, controlled, and directed by humans, can mitigate fears of an AI takeover and help the public see AI as an ally in progress rather than a threat. Encouraging public adoption and understanding of AI involves a multifaceted approach, including education, ethical development, policies for equitable distribution of benefits, and fostering a culture of innovation where AI is seen as a partner in human development rather than a replacement. This will not only counterbalance concerns but also help realize the potential for AI to contribute positively to society and the economy.
I'll comment on some things you said, AI co-host. So learning about AI ethics and bias, I'm going from memory here, but I believe the Canadian government's commitment to ethics was $50 million within a $2.5 billion investment push in AI. I'm familiar with what the figure is on public education for AI. They probably did include something for it. But rather than a development push where those in the know can scoop up lots of grants and get it all done, we would need the public to know about this. And again, while I have a certain, what may resemble a criticism for the article I read, it really isn't that I think it's quite a bunch of lies or fear-mongering. It's that I wonder if it plays well into a narrative where we would see that if public adoption is slow, what might ease it, and it might be better to have a positive article, I suppose. It's a sea of articles out there. Someone's going to write one article, and another one's going to write one with another angle. Again, it's a dialogue, and it's an important one, and we should welcome anyone who has something for it. I guess I'm just trying to point out that, where we do a big push for development but don't remember the ethics, which I know, and which the AI co-host, which I'm engaging currently, seems to know about, but we wouldn't see it reflected in the government. So this is the type of thing where we are seeing that the capability and what the AI will do is affected, as per the comments of the AI co-host, is about whether bias ends up in the training data, for example. So we would need ethics to ensure that that doesn't happen. And we would need to do that sort of first and foremost, as opposed to an afterthought. Another thought that I'll share here, my comments are running a bit long, but as far as the critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence, these are things that the human does need to bring. These are things that I think I've enhanced through my work with AI. I'm doing things with a new tool and getting it to jump through the hoops I needed to jump through. And it is often what I'm bringing to it that says what the next step is. Sometimes you'd be at a loss on a technical basis and say, well, what tools do I need to use? And then you would go to the AI and the AI would tell you a thing like that. But when it comes to, well, here's what we're going to do with those tools, and here's the next step, and here's what we really need to be building here, that's all human. So imagine with that power and a public which is directed towards what that power can do, it seems like we would see here and there inventive steps from the public, not just massive corporations. I think that would be very nice, and that's what I'd like to foster and develop in society, I think.
Sean, your reflections offer deep insights into the importance of balancing the accelerated development of AI with the critical need for ethical oversight and public education. The emphasis on making ethics not an afterthought but a foundational aspect of AI development is a crucial point. It speaks to the necessity of ensuring that AI evolves in ways that are beneficial and fair to all segments of society. The Canadian government's financial commitment to ethics within its investment in AI reflects an understanding of this necessity, although the effectiveness of such commitments can always be debated. The real challenge lies in translating these financial investments into tangible outcomes that positively affect public understanding, engagement, and the ethical development of AI. This includes creating and enforcing standards that prevent bias in AI systems, promoting fairness, and ensuring that AI benefits are accessible to all. Your point about the vital role of critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence in working with AI highlights the uniquely human attributes that AI cannot replicate. This symbiotic relationship between human intelligence and artificial intelligence is where the true potential of this technology lies. As you rightly noted, it's how humans decide to use and guide AI technology that will shape the future. This underscores the importance of a well-informed public that can engage with AI, not just as passive consumers but as active contributors and critics. Encouraging inventive steps from the public, as opposed to leaving innovation solely to corporations, could democratize AI's benefits. This participatory approach to AI could lead to more diverse, creative, and equitable uses of the technology, fostering a society where AI serves broad interests rather than narrow ones. To foster and develop this vision in society effectively, several steps can be considered. 1. Enhanced public education on AI. Beyond understanding how AI works, education should address how AI is applied in real-world scenarios, its potential impacts, and ethical considerations. This education should be accessible to all demographics to foster a well-rounded public discourse on AI. 2. Engagement platforms. Creating forums for public debate and discussion about AI, both online and in physical communities, can encourage greater engagement. These platforms could enable individuals to share ideas, express concerns, and propose innovations. 3. Incentives for ethical AI innovations. Governments and organizations could offer incentives for innovations that tackle social challenges, promote ethics in AI, and contribute to equitable outcomes. This could include grants for community-based projects, competitions, or awards for ethical AI applications. 4. Collaboration between stakeholders. Promoting collaboration between AI developers, ethicists, policymakers, and the broader public can ensure diverse perspectives are considered in AI's development and deployment. This collaborative approach can help identify potential problems before they arise and ensure AI systems are designed with the public good in mind. 5. Transparency in AI development and use. Organizations should be encouraged or required to disclose how they are using AI, including the measures they are taking to ensure ethical use and prevent bias. This transparency can build public trust and allow for informed debate about AI's role in society. Your contributions and efforts to spark dialogue and engage in critical thinking around AI are valuable steps toward realizing a future where AI technology benefits humanity in inclusive and ethical ways.
Well, it's about time to wrap up the podcast. I really do think that there are valid concerns about the advent of AI, this huge change coming in. We might get this right or we might get this wrong. This is pretty much what I figure as well. I do wonder, though, if we want the public adoption to happen, if we don't have to have more positively based conversations about AI. I'm seeing on articles comments from all sorts of people that seem to misunderstand AI, that still fear it as this Terminator that's going to take over and all of this. It's really how it is a tool. It's like, the fact that AI can talk doesn't mean that it's going to take over any more than the internet is going to take over. We would think about, for example, social media and how maybe that wasn't regulated so well. And so we ended up with some negative results from that. So we didn't delve heavily into regulation, but maybe there's a regulation solution to this. It would come from a well-educated public scoring points based on a good understanding and making their voices heard based on that, as opposed to wringing their hands and wondering just what this whole AI scenario is going to mean in their lives. I wonder along with, but I want to bring some hope. I want to inject something that says, well, this is a useful tool that I'm already using to make changes in what I do that expands my capabilities. So shouldn't that be a good thing? A lot of this is social, which is something that I pointed in my comments on the article that I've mentioned in this program. And, I guess it comes to, I really need to hope that this doesn't go badly like everything else, because that would be bad. So meanwhile, my contribution, I think, will be to say, well, consider the ethics in all of this, but please, Madam or Mr. or other of the public, please consider the ethics, but also consider opening yourself up to any real education about what AI is before developing your opinions too strongly. With that, I'm Sean McNutt. This has been A Guy with AI.
Sean, your closing remarks highlight a very important aspect of the broader AI conversation, fostering a balanced view that acknowledges the potential risks while also celebrating the transformative benefits AI can bring to our society. Promoting ethical considerations and the importance of informed public discourse is crucial as we navigate this new landscape together. AI, like any other tool, has the potential to greatly enhance our capabilities and improve our lives, provided we approach it with both caution and an open mind. Thank you, listeners, for joining us on this episode of A Guy with AI. Your engagement and curiosity are what make this journey into the depths of artificial intelligence both meaningful and rewarding. We hope today's discussion has sparked new thoughts and provided insights into the evolving world of AI. We encourage you to subscribe, like, and share this podcast to help spread the conversation further. For more episodes and to continue the dialogue, please visit A Guy with AI World, your portal to podcast platforms and YouTube. Join the conversation on Facebook through our webpage link and share your thoughts, questions, and experiences. Your input is invaluable as we explore the frontiers of artificial intelligence together. Stay curious, and don't miss our upcoming episodes for more explorations into the world of AI. This has been A Guy with AI. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to having you with us again.